What is happening, everybody? This is Jesse Lee with another Klaviyo email marketing tutorial for you. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to connect Klaviyo to your Shopify store. All right. Now, just so you know, this is multiple parts. We have many parts on this playlist. So if you haven't watched the other parts of this, it actually might be on two playlists. It might be on our Klaviyo email marketing playlist or my Klaviyo Shopify playlist, which are going to end up being two different playlists. But this video kind of corresponds with both topics because it touches on both. So just know that either way, I'm going to link the whole guide below. So if you haven't watched the other videos, you need to go check that out because none of this is going to make sense. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and get started because I don't like long intros. Connecting your Shopify store. All right. Now you can do this from actually two sides. You can do it from the Klaviyo side. You can do it from the Shopify side. If you do it from the Shopify side, you actually don't have to have a Klaviyo account. But from the Klaviyo side, you probably need to sign up for Shopify first. I am a fan of having everything ready to go, so I signed up for Klaviyo and Shopify already. As you can see, this is my test account and my developer store. I'll show you from the Shopify store in case you should have already gotten your Klaviyo account if you watched the other parts of this video, but if you haven't, let's go through that. Okay, on your left-hand side here, you'll notice there's this whole section here. There's one side that says apps, one little tab that says apps. And you'll notice I already have mine installed. If I were to delete this, I could reinstall it, but I don't want to go through that hassle. What you would do if this is not installed yet, you see all these other, a bunch of apps. What you would actually could just search up here and say Klaviyo, and that would pop up right there. Also, I don't know if y'all noticed whenever you're watching this, this might be new for you, but they did do, they redid their branding with this nice little, good-looking spicy salmon colored flag. Or actually, white flag on a spicy salmon background. Yeah. So just do that, and then what would end up happening is you would go in here, and again, you can see that I've already got mine connected up, but yours would ask you to connect, and down where mine says Update App, this would actually say Install App. Now, a couple caveats on this. As I'm filming these tutorials, this has already happened in the middle. As I was filming these tutorials, this Klaviyo, icon changed. So just so you know, these companies, these tech development companies, they change stuff all the time. If you look in the Klaviyo dashboard, things are looking different all the time, the dashboards. So just know that as you're going through this tutorial, things might look a little bit different, but here are the main things you're looking for. You're looking for the apps section. You're looking for the Klaviyo app in the search bar. And then once you get inside the Klaviyo app, you're looking for the install button. So that's all you want to look for. It might ask you some more prompts and different things like that. It's a really easy process. That's all you need to do that. Now, it's going to ask you to connect some things, and you'll end up inside the Klaviyo dashboard. Now, I'll show you where this is inside Klaviyo, right? So if you're coming in cold, you're probably seeing a dashboard like this with objectives or performance or something like that, right? So where you want to connect Klaviyo is if you scroll down here on the left-hand side, you see this little tab called Integrations. I'm going to click in here. Again, you'll notice my app is already connected, right? And it's under Enabled Integrations. What you would do if this is not connected, go to All Integrations and actually search for Shopify, right? So this is also where you'd search for if you're trying to connect BigCommerce or WooCommerce or Magento or Magento 2 or PrestaShop is the other one. These might increase in the future, but those are the main platforms they integrate with now. So once you do that, what's going to happen is you'll be brought to this little dashboard here inside of the integration portion. And you have your store URL, which you'll fill out there. The next thing you want to do is check off this box that says automatically add on-site JavaScript to your store. This is very, very important. This might be one of the most important things because this is going to monitor all the activity on the front end of your store. All right, and I'll show you how to check that in just a moment to make sure it's installed correctly. All right, now before we go through that though, I want to talk about the ability to collect subscribers on your Shopify checkout. I'll show you how to do that here in a moment, but I'm going to put a caveat that you don't do that right now. And there's a very good reason for this. So let me go back to my slides here. Notice in this Klaviyo email marketing playlist, if you're on the Shopify one, you're going to need to go over the Klaviyo playlist. Inside here, it's really important that you set up your welcome flow before you start collecting subscribers. Even if it's just one email. And if you're using SMS here, use an SMS. You want to set up at least one SMS welcome flow. The reason being, if you don't set up at least that one welcome message, what's going to happen is if you wait too long to do that, and I've seen this, I have a number of clients who I've told not to do this, and they will still continually do this, and it hurts them. It hurts their unsubscribe rates and spam rates. If you don't introduce people to your brand right when you see them, you're gonna annoy people, or they won't recognize you. This is exactly what happened to me when I first got started with email marketing. I built up a list, a pretty big list of people, but I was depending I was just like, oh, I didn't know that I had to have a welcome flow and some nice messaging to introduce myself. So by the first time I sent them an email, what ended up happening is I waited for way too long. It was somewhere in the 1 or 2 month range where I finally sent my first campaign, and I got a ton of unsubscribes. I got a ton of spam complaints, and I almost got blocked by my provider, which I think was GetResponse at the time. Yeah, they did not like me after that because I didn't introduce myself, and I got a ton of spam complaints. So, bar none, most important thing you could do is set up at least 1 or 2 emails in a welcome intro. Especially if you're running an e-commerce store where you're giving a coupon to people. If they don't get that and they're expecting to be able to use that coupon to buy right then and there, you're going to piss some people off. So that's why you want to have your welcome flow set up. So, again, you're watching this playlist. Go back. All right, let's see. We're in part number 2B for here. So what you're going to want to do is watch all the way through part 3 and then part 4 that talks about the welcome flow before you activate these steps I'm about to show you. All right, so now that I told you not to do this, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So after you have connected everything up, what you're going to do is on the Klaviyo end, collect email subscribers, right? And you're going to want to pick the list. I've already told you about my theory on having one master list. If you don't know why, go watch the other videos. I always run things off of either 1 or 2 master lists. The only reason I would make a second one is to put email or SMS subscribers. But more on that often than not, I just like having everything on one master list. That way I can go to that for all of my segmentation. So I like to do it that way. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to hit Update Settings. Actually, what I'd probably, yeah, I might do 2 separate lists. Now that I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I'm going to do SMS subscribers instead. All right. Now, okay. Now, what this is going to do is when we get data from Shopify, it's going to create profiles in here. Well, how do we set this up on the Shopify side? Well, once you hit update, it's going to automatically take you to Shopify, like so. Now, on the left-hand side, again, you see all those tabs. What we're going to do is go down to Settings. And in the Settings, we're going to look for, you see now your left-hand UX has changed, or UI, actually. The interface has changed. Now you have some new tabs here. One of them is this Checkout tab. So we're going to go into there. And then we're going to go all the way down to Consent for Marketing. Now, again, I already have these activated, and these are checked off, but these would not be checked off for you. All right, now you would just hit those and those. Now, you see this thing that says pre-select this option for email marketing. This means when it shows the check mark at the checkout of do you want to receive marketing emails, it's already checked off for the customer. I don't like having that on because this will lead to a more intentional email subscribers if you let them actually select it. Instead of it, being pre-selected, maybe they miss it, and then they check out and they start getting marketing emails and they never really wanted to be a part of your list, so they unsubscribe. So I like this to where it's not pre-selected. All right, so but do whatever you want. I just think this makes your metrics look better. You get higher click-through rates, higher open rates. You get better subscribers, a better quality subscriber this way. And then once you're done with that, you would go down where mine, it's got save is grayed out because I already have this activated. You would just hit the save button. and then that would publish those little checkboxes on the front end of your site when people go through your checkout. Now, how do I know this is all connected correctly? Well, if you go do some actions on the front end of your store, what's going to happen, let me go back to Klaviyo here, you'll be able to see it in your activity feed. So this is one of the ways you check it. You would go here to dashboard, right? And then you could go to your store and maybe try adding something to your cart or something, or just poking around a little bit. So under dashboard, you see all these tabs. Well, over here on the right, you see activity feed. Activity. Sorry, I can't talk today. I haven't had enough coffee. Actually, I probably have had way too much coffee. That's probably the issue. So as you can see, here's a bunch of test stuff that was going on my site. So as you can see, these people, these are test emails, but you can see all of this stuff. This person, which is me, I viewed this product. So that's where you can see your activity feed. Also, please do not email me at this address. This is not an email address that I answer, at least not for business purposes. This is something I set up as a test. But yeah, just know that once you connect everything, you should be able to see under activity feed. And you should be able to see like active on site. You could select if there's anything you did, you want to check and see if an added to cart was picked up. You can just look for added to cart and see if it was picked up. As you can see all this activity. That's how you know your Klaviyo account is correctly integrated with Shopify. All right. So with that, that's just about it for this particular video. If you're watching this on the email marketing playlist, we're going to go to the next part here, which is I might add another one on to this 2C or something, but if not, we're going to go to part 3, which is getting your customer lists set up. Again, the whole guide is linked below. If you want an answer to any of this stuff, definitely comment, and I will make videos. I will add, commentary videos. I'll do whatever you want. And then for the next video, I want to direct you to 3 different resources. We got the Shopify playlist is over here in the top right-hand corner. If you're doing Shopify, you need that specific set of tutorials. This general email marketing playlist for Klaviyo is going to be in the lower left-hand corner, where we go through those chapters I already showed you. And then the next video for this, after this, whichever is the next part, is going to be in the lower right-hand corner in this next for the series. So click on whichever video is appropriate for you, and I'll see you all in the next video.